Joining us live this morning to talk about this is John Hamilton from Canada Post. John, appreciate the time. We've had the president of Cup W on saying they were kind of blindsided by this. It's been interesting to kind of watch this unfold. You know, Canada Post has kind of been outlining to Canadians like the financial losses, $1 billion last year, maybe $1.5 billion this year. The strike is certainly not helping them, generate any revenue here. So what is the kind of financial reality right now? And is this plan being put forward by the Liberal government now going to be enough to help save or sustain some or all of Canada Post?
Well, thanks to both of you for having me on this morning. Absolutely. Our financial situation, I think to any objective observer, has been out there in the public, and it's pretty obvious. With less and less mail each year and more addresses to deliver to, our costs have gone up, and we have not been able to make the changes. So, we have lost billions over the last few years, but I think for taxpayers, they're now, bailing out the post office so we can keep the lights on. And the government yesterday said that's not going to be the long-term solution, and that's not what we were looking for either. So we understand that we need to make some changes because Canadian taxpayers are paying more and more for a service they're using less and less. So we need to adjust to what Canadians are looking for. This announcement yesterday allows us to make a number of changes that better aligns the Postal Service to the current needs of Canadians. Some regulatory requirements in there that were put in place as far back as 1994. So the world has changed. But unfortunately, the union has decided to go on a national strike rather than sit down and talk through these issues. They've been studied numerous times. You can even look back at the IIC report by Kaplan, and he has a whole chapter that's called Studied to Death, the number of times Canada Post has been studied, and the same conclusions have been come to. But until yesterday, there was no action on them. So we're hopefully going to move forward. We need to put a plan together to share with the minister, and that's what we're working on, while also trying to get a new collective agreement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there seems to be an impasse over the past 2 years, and the drama continues, obviously, with their most recent strike. From your perspective, why do you think they feel so threatened or appalled by this move to end door-to-door delivery?
Well, I think it's a broader thing, and this has all played out in front of the public for at least the last year. And I think for Canadians to understand, why are we so far apart? Well, the last union's offer came forward with wage demands of 19%, 17 personal days on top of up to 7 weeks of vacation, an essential veto over any changes in our operations, some $2.8 billion in new costs over the 4 years of the agreement. So, as taxpayers, do you want to fund that? That's the problem we have. So we provide a service. Canada Post was designed as a user pay service. We have a mandate to be financially self-sustainable. The announcement yesterday was about getting us back on track, and we will be presenting a new offer, but we can't afford what the union has put forward. We need to treat our employees fairly. They do a great job, but we can't add at a time where taxpayers are keeping the lights on at the post office.
Okay, it's going to be fascinating to watch and see how all of this does come together. Eventually, John Hamilton from Canada Post joining us again this morning. John, appreciate the time. Thank you.